Good evening, everyone. How are you doing this fine Sunday evening? How's your weekend been? Let me swap on over to the main scene and stick the desktop audio on, and there we go. How are we, Darkwing Genie? Lovely to have you here. How goes your weekend of gold making? Lots of gold, I hope. Lots of fun times in WoW or otherwise. We've got interesting things to do here with Samadhan. We've got all the auctions to put on, basically everything. I did list up everything yesterday, so hopefully I'll get a few sales from the weekend. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We should be good. I was about to type spam you. Animal might still send us there. That's a good point. We actually have Cookie with us tonight. She's decided to sleep on the floor under the desk, so I've rigged up the camera. So she's fast asleep, joining us tonight. I've got her own little light set up and everything. So she's well away there at the moment. We'll go through the usual mailbox opening whilst everyone's coming in. So we'll start off with that, I think, would be a good start. Get the ball rolling. Bag space-wise, I could probably do with dropping off this meat and fish by the looks of things. It's always something that needs something to be stored away, so I'll grab that whilst we're here and here, and I'll take all of the meat out and all of the fish for when we next need to do some cooking. That'll be available to us. Everything else we'll keep. What's that? Sweet Silver Gill sausages. Those are beyond their expiry date, 657, so I've cleaned up my cooking groups as well as my alchemy from the other day. So I'm not doing some of my cooking simply because it's just not selling. So I'm just going to vendor that instead. That gives me 108, which is plenty of space to start with the whole mailbox. Wow, what an entrance. Shower of Dave, thank you so much for the raid. How are you? How was your stream? Lovely to have you here. Welcome everyone. Who else come in? Sagan Paul, we have Will, we have Syrox. Hope you're all doing well. Lovely to have you here. Long time no see indeed. Syrox, how are you doing? Everyone who's come in with Shower of Dave, lovely to have your company as well tonight. We literally just started, so we're doing our first of our mailboxes, and we're going to just open everything up for the moment. So let's just move this across so we can see that coming. We've got a few sales of Enchants there. Fiery Weapon, Eternal Skirmish, Agile, Soulwalker, Veiled Augment Runes, 15 of those for 1250, and some Eternal Agility Boots. Okay, that's a good start. Let's carry on with the expires though, because there's probably, hopefully, going to be some stuff at the bottom as well. Thank you, Darkwing, for the shout out. Need ahead of the curve coffee refill. Of course, Sagan Paul, of course. Commander Bond, good evening to you as well. How are you doing? Great timing indeed, Sheriff Dave. Fantastic. Thank you so much for the raid. Very kind of you. Hope all was good with you. Doing great. Hope I'm doing amazing as well. I'm busy, very busy at the moment, but it's a good busy, certainly. So all in all, I couldn't complain. So I'm just going to carry on, and well, let's move this across a little bit as well. And usually tell I haven't been doing the auction house for streaming because all my windows are over in different places. There we go. Okay, let's start posting some of this on. Jeeper Ball, good evening to you. Been a while. I'm doing very well, thank you. How about yourself? You can't decide whether to make your massive alt army on Argent Door or Shadow Song. Yeah, that's a good suggestion, Darkwing. Half on one, half on the other. Why not both? Yeah. I mean, the other thing to think about, I guess, is how do you want to distribute your gold? I mean, obviously, I'm imagining you're going to be doing farming here on Shadow Song, as it's the perfect server for some farming, certainly. How many alts do you need to do farming? Would be my second question. Good busy sounds lovely. Yes, it's there's a lot going on at the moment in IRL stuff, so it's nice to be working through it all. We've got interesting times, because usually with my freelance work, when one project's ending, I need to start scrambling to find work for a new one. So I've been putting out feelers for all sorts of jobs over the past week. So hopefully some of that will come to fruition, and I'll have something lined up for when my existing gig ends. So it's always a tricky time, certainly. Only 1 or 2 alts of farming, really. I just fancy a huge alt army, like really, really big. I mean, you love leveling, so it is the perfect thing to be doing. And I guess as you do it mainly solo, it doesn't really matter too much. I mean, you're more than welcome here in Shadowsong. I mean, I'm biased. I like Shadowsong, but I know Argent Dawn has a decent community on it as well, so there's some stuff there as well. Thank you, Darkwing, for the link there. I'm going to be talking about that on the Wowhead blog as well, so it's going to be an interesting one. Hopefully they'll get some people signed up for it. I haven't signed up for it myself, actually, but then I've got channels where I can give direct feedback anyway, so I suspect they might be better off with other people on the actual interview. I mean, they only have to drop into my stream to see how I'm using mine, which is another thing, certainly. All is well, finally closing in on some well-needed vacation. Oh, with a new PC on the way, even better, fantastic. Back into some gold making. Well, that sounds the perfect combination of things. Vacation, new PC, and gold making. You couldn't ask for more than that, certainly. What kind of PC are you going for? We like specs here, so feel free to give us the full rundown. Of course, you wouldn't have known it was on the blog, Darkwing. It was one of those things. I don't sort of like announce what I'm going to be putting on the blog ahead of time. Right, let's get all of this lot on. Yeah, the GPU markets. I mean, I guess the way to get a new GPU at this point is to probably buy a brand new, pre-built PC. Is one of the ways. Much as we love to build our own here, if you want a GPU, that might be the best way to go about getting it at the moment. Yeah, share PC pictures in the build as well, in the PC channel on the Discord. Mr. Potato was the latest to get the upgrade. Thanks to everyone here and their wonderful generosity. We have a nice, lovely fan cooling down Mr. Potato's CPU, which has been whisper quiet since I've installed it. Really, really happy with it.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Pre-builds is useless for most that want to upgrade stuff later, like you. Yes and no. I guess it depends on the company. Whether they really go for like bespoke stuff, or whether they're actually, you can pick and choose the parts you want to build and then put them in. Building to requirements, like Will's saying. Yeah, I know. At work, one of the places I've worked at, I've had PCs from Scan here in the UK, and they tend to leave a lot of space for upgrading in the future. And there's also another company, Novatech, I've used as well in the past. But then once you get to sort of some with some sort of funky case designs, it's mainly the case really. If you can specify the case, then I think you get a lot more options otherwise outside of that. All good and use those. Yeah, I haven't used PC Specialists or Overclockers. There's a good selection of PC manufacturers here in the UK, definitely. Yeah, I mean the whole Dell ones I would definitely avoid for that reason, and HP as well. I've had a lot of stuff where it's very bespoke and there's not a lot of upgrading you can do with those. My daughter's PC was a second-hand HP PC we bought from CEX, and that was upgrading the fan on that was a right pain because it was very bespoke. Yeah, it's the same thing really. Welcome back, Second Paul. Got a pretty great deal on one with an RTX 3060 Ti and a Ryzen 7 3600. Was looking to build one yourself, but never really fit into your budget. Well, that sounds like a great base spec, definitely. A really solid graphics card and a decent CPU to boot. You should get plenty out of that. Right, what have you got in the mailbox? The enchants we looked at earlier, a hexweave bag. Wow, that's a good price for a pink party hat, 2,300. And a shirt and some mittens. Okay, I'll take those. Thank you very much. We're over 2 million now, 2,050,000 nearly. Let's see if we can get all the mail out of everyone else and improve on that. Then we'll obviously have to do restocks and things like that as well. And then do all our callings and mission tables and what have you on whichever characters need progression. And until we run out of time, basically. Yeah, that's why you always recommend going for a company where you can spec out. Yeah, I agree with Will, definitely. Karochi, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. We have Cookie tonight. She's still fast asleep. She's kind of looking slightly at the mention of her name. We'll see how she gets on. There's some Grimveld Cape going on. Prices of this, look at this, below min price now. Grimveld Cape. We'll be talking about Corsite Crystals as well over the Wowhead blog. That's been an interesting market, certainly. If you can fully spec your PC at a company like that, you can also buy the parts yourself. Also, spend way too much. Yeah, and you don't need a new Windows license. Although you can get those, fairly cheaply nowadays, can't you? But yeah, getting the Windows license is kind of superfluous, really, isn't it? Right, that's everything done on Samadhan. I won't go and do the mission table or things. I'm just going to run through the other characters, try and get all their auctions on first, and then we'll jump in and do this in more detail through each of the characters after that. So, Bridget next. Let's go and do that. Would brag about your newest PC because it's great, but no longer remember any of the specs. Oh, that's something I always remember well is the PC spec, certainly. It's going back slightly after hitting 700. Oh, really, Holy See? That's interesting. I guess there was probably a sudden rush for a lot of people. Cookie's kind of staring at the camera slightly. I might have to move it. Oh, there goes a yawn. Companies tend to have more access to parts, though, due to bulk buying stuff. With hard to get
How
GPUs.
kind of
Yeah,
you.
exactly. That's the part of it, isn't
Vesamora
it?
just subscribed. Samadhan one any thumb.
Oh, Vesamora, thank you so much. 19 months. That's amazing. Thank you so much for your support. That is really very much appreciated. Cookie's just moved, so I'm going to have to change the camera position. You can see from here, just about. The things we do for our cats when they change positions. There we go. Okay, thank you. 1.6 years. Look at it that way, certainly. We did some upgrades, there we go. I updated all my add-ons, so that's why that's popped in. Alright, let's carry on with this. Nothing in the first 100. So let's deal with the expires and go from them. Crystal prices are still decent on Shadowsong, at least they were a few days ago. Yes, I mean, I'm looking at Corsite Crystals currently, min buyout 515 since the last scan. Market value 1, hold on, let me just check that. Hold on. That seems a very big drop all of a sudden. There's a lot here. 514, 515, 596. That's wow, that is. How many have I got on me? I've only got a couple. I'm going to need to restock on legendaries anyway, so that might be a good... That's definitely a good price to stick with. How many are we going to buy here? I'm going to spend some money, unfortunately. 35,000 for that, for 69 at 514. Right, I'll do that and just grab those. Then 515 and 520 I could potentially buy as well. Let's just jump over to Samadhan. Yeah, they definitely tanked. Okay, famous last words, Genie. I think that's a good price for me right now. At least I can throw out a couple of legendaries at that price and be okay for a little while. Obviously not going to overspend here because they'll probably drop even further. That's going to be something, certainly, yeah. How's the horde population on Shadowsong? I have no idea, actually. You'd have to check. Raider.io is probably your best way of checking a balance. Have people stopped upgrading their Legos or something? I don't know. I mean, I would think on a realm like Shadowsong, people were probably just slowly going through it, certainly. Is Azuna Horde? Oh, okay. Yeah, the increase has definitely helped a lot, I would say. Right, let's just have a look at this. 515 and 520. I'm going to take those as well. Because I think that's a blip down. They may settle a little bit higher. Those look like they might be going still. Let me just try that again. Are we failing to buy auctions here? Let's try that. 515. And then there's another one, that's why. And 520, I'll take those. Okay, so we're back up to 596. That's enough Corsite Crystals for at least like 2 or 3 legendaries from there. I'm going to take those. That's going to be my new legendary price. Smart average buy price is telling me 2081. Let's get the ones from Bridget as well and see what the price is on those. Yeah, I mean, the drop rate has definitely been buffed up, especially on the weekly, going from 1 to 7.
6 just subscribed. Howdy, Sam. Hope you are well.
I'm doing very well, thank you, Doc. And 19 months for you as well. Thank you so much. That is brilliant. Thank you for your support. Really, really appreciated. Been busy here. Lovely to have you here. Yeah, if you do not do, what was that for? Raids, I just use a 190 legendary. Yeah, I've not. That's what I've got at the moment. Oh, today's broker only gave 2. Oh, really? Interesting. Interesting. You do dungeons sometimes, questing world quests, class campaigns. I mean, the one from Shaping Fate, you used to get just 1 Corsite Crystal, but now I believe you get 5 from it. So that is a definite improvement. Right, let's take these there and then have a look at the Corsite Crystal price now. So yeah, smart average buy price 539. The min buyout is currently 515. That is going to affect my legendary calculations quite a significant amount for Samadhan, but that does mean he can at least make some. So we'll send those over to Samadhan. Why I bought them on Bridget, I'm not sure. It just happened to be the person that I saw it on. So I'll get Samadhan to probably send some gold back, just to equalise that back out. What was it, 71, so I'll take the price of that and pass it on over, I think. But in the meantime, let's click the rest of things. Oh, we've got some sales here as well, 32,000. Is that a Panther, I wonder, or something else? That at least pays for the Corsite Crystals, which is brilliant. Okay, it's all kicking off here at the moment. How much Corsite Crystals drop on Shadowsong is going to be interesting. Supply versus demand, I mean, that is a big drop. I mean, Manthus's video, which I also talk about in the blog, talking about if the price of the Corsite Crystals drops enough, you could potentially make a rank 4 out of a rank 2 with the Vestige of Origins, and it'd be cheaper that way, which opens up some interesting markets, certainly. Once you get past the cap, say Maelstrom caches, they stop giving research and have a high chance of crystals. We're going to be swamped in them soon. Oh, really? Yeah, that is going to be interesting. Those that are already at sort of like top-end content may not necessarily have a use for the Corsite Crystals. I wonder how far behind people, the general populace, are, and whether people are bothering with legendaries at this point. I mean, it depends if you bother with Torghast, really. The amount you get from your mission tables is not enough, really, for a legendary anytime soon, certainly.
Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
So sad about the price drop in Corsite due to the increase in drop rate. I mean, it does affect those that had the old army that were really hoping to just use that as a way to make gold, certainly. You know, you won't when you come back, yeah. It's not as if we'll be doing any raiding. Exactly. I mean, you don't need to be... If you don't need to be top-end gear, then just good enough works for most things, certainly. You'll be waiting for it to drop more in price. I mean, given the sudden change in supply, I'm not surprised in the sudden drop in price, certainly. Oh, there we go. Ruby Panther sale, 28,000. Have to restock on one of those. It costs us a little bit there. We're down under 2 million again, so let's just grab that gold. And we're back over 2 million, which is brilliant. Good to keep it that way. Obviously going to have to buy another 20,000 on for another Panther restock though, so that's going to be another option. Amount from the mission table. Yeah, I get... I've got one on my campaign on Bastion. If I finish the campaign, I'll get a mount for that. The increased drop rates counter the drop in value. Earn as much pre-increase now after, if that makes sense. Yeah, I guess Intrepid Muppet, yeah, because instead of getting 1 Corsite Crystal and selling it for 2,000 gold, you're getting 5 Corsite Crystals and selling them for 500 gold. So that does make sense.
If you find anything exotic, bring it.
Right. Yeah, is there 4 different ones? I know there's one on my campaign at the moment that I haven't been able to do yet. Okay, those are all on, and let's go through the other characters. We'll do all mission table and progression stuff after this. So, Earthen next. The next thing I really need to do, legendaries aside, although legendaries are looking a little bit more attractive now that the prices have dropped a little bit. Although, that said, I still need to work on my rank 1, 2, 3s, which are effectively worthless at this point. A vendor for something like 36 gold. Your server is on its way. Lowest was 356 this morning. Wow, Avelia, that is quite cheap. I mean, I just snapped some up at 500 gold, which I thought was cheap for Shadowlands. Calistarian, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Is Cookie positioned herself okay? Yeah, she seems alright so far. Right, next up is Earthen. Let's go have a look. Open up the mail. Looks like with 3,500 in the bottom of the mailbox. It's going to be something shade-bound or shadow scale, I imagine. Maybe not. Did the missions got updated yesterday? No, I didn't see that got updated. You have to do that one manually, don't you? I believe. Or does Curseforge cover it? I don't think Curseforge does it? I'll have to give that another look. Definitely. Let's go and run a post scan on this lot. If I check my Curseforge, is it on there? Let's have a little look down. Where was it? Add on by name. Worth it. Yeah, it just says modified on that one. I don't think it's on the list. On there, yeah. Yeah. It isn't on Curseforge, is it? No. I think they've requested not for it to go on Curseforge or something. I remember reading the documentation for it. I'll have to dig out where I had it and then manually update it. That's good to know. I won't do it now, but thank you for the heads up. Another bunch of stuff there. 165,000. Let's go with that one. You can update through WowUp. Okay, I'll have a look at that. I do have WowUp. See if it's added on there. Just have to add the URL. Okay, that sounds reasonable. Okay, what have you got? A Shadow Scale Waistguard and Desolate Leather Waistguard. Okay, take those two. Post those on. Next one. Derpalicious, good morning. Good evening to you. Nice day for fishing. Huzzah, how are you? How are you, Derpalicious? Not seen you in a while. How goes your gold making empire? How goes your life? Hope all is well. Jar Jar, good evening to you as well. Going very well here, thank you. Just going through collecting up our mail and seeing what gold we've got at the end. Ideally, I'd like to be another 20,000 over the 2 million so I can buy myself another ingredient for a panther without having to go below 2 million again. We'll see how we get on with blacksmithing next.
Thank you.
See how things go then.
Bonebreaker83 just subscribed. Good evening, Sam. Good evening, chat. Smile.
Thank you, Bonebreaker. That's very kind of you. Good evening to you. Thank you so much for your support. How are you doing this lovely Sunday? I'm doing well, thank you, Derpalicious. You're tired. I've been busy and doing stuff around the house all day. Yeah, I know the feeling. I had to take a nap this afternoon. I was so tired. I've been really tired since I had my second jab, to be honest. That was back on Thursday, and I've been pretty exhausted ever since. Good evening, Hayley. How are you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. Next character is El Morte, my blacksmith. How's the content creator life going? I'm making ends meet. Not by a long shot, Derpalicious. If we just take content creation into account, it's one of those things, really. I think in order to make, for someone like me who has quite a high IRL token price, simply because of, running a family of practically what you'd call 4 adults, really, and having a mortgage and everything, content creation is only really viable if you're going to be sort of at least up at sort of Taliesin levels, really. Anything below that is, honestly, it's lovely and it's wonderful. Every little bit really does make a difference, and I'm very appreciative of it. But the harsh reality of it, unfortunately, is I can make more in one day of freelance than a month of Twitch as a comparison to the difference. So it's not by any means comparable, but it still helps. It still contributes to the overall pool.
Have anything ancient to trade?
But with my freelance and content creation, I am able to make bones meet, ends meet. So for that, I am very thankful. Doing good. Been working on your speed set for the monk, trying to get to the same speed as your druid. Oh, interesting. Interesting. It's nice to try something with a different character, certainly. I've never really been able to do speed sets per se, certainly. It's never been something I've really looked into, but I can see the appeal, certainly. Bypass Blizz and sell gold to folks in these, make big dollars now. That would be, yeah, I wouldn't sit comfortably with me morally serious, but I can understand that could be I'd rather teach people how to make gold, which is what I do. That for me is kind of like is the epitome of being able to give people gold, certainly. Am I interested in the New World auction house market? I haven't seen it. What's it like? Your druid is 204 speed without active buffs, 345 with buffs up. Wow, okay. Monk's lagging behind with 140% so far without active buffs. That's still pretty impressive. I know I'm very sluggish on Samadhan here whenever I run anywhere. What have you got? Shaded Waitstone, a skeleton key. Haven't sold one of those in a long while. Pauldron's Claymore and Spear. going into the pool of gold. We're now back into positive numbers because everyone has a base of 50,000 anyway, so 59,000 on blacksmithing. So since we invested in the Crafter's Mark III gear for blacksmithing, we've started to have a few good sales of that. So that's pretty good, I'd say. Yeah, I wonder if you consider doing something along the lines of a nature exploration thing on YouTube, considering you're taking long walks with your wife and taking the shots. That's something I have considered, actually, Dovelicious. I think it would be lovely to do sort of like a documentary type walk. It does slightly take away from the actual walk itself if you're filming it. That you're not necessarily as in nature, but you do get to share it with other people. It's definitely been something I've considered. I would certainly add it to my repertoire of things, and there are some beautiful places around me, so that is certainly an option. Yeah. Not to mention, I'm sure that it's a fun time doing this. Oh, absolutely, Doc, absolutely. This is a great employable pastime is the best way I can think of talking about it, really. Sort of a pastime that also pays time. No, that doesn't. I've not got the right phrase in my head, but something like that. How far you can push making gold from an alt army using all available avenues. That's your project for you. I mean, a decent alt army is going to be interesting, yeah. Getting, like Sansaval was doing with the mission tables, I think is a good investment of your time, certainly. You just saw a small amount during the beta, very similar to WoW's Auction House. Is it? Oh, okay. I'm not been that. I haven't had that much desire to play any other MMOs of late, really. Even with everything that's going on in WoW, I've been more going on to other games that are different to MMOs, like Minecraft. For me, I think the perfect MMO has and always will be WoW. Maybe the only other one would be EverQuest, which I had before this a lot of time in. I mean, I did play briefly City of Heroes and EVE Online in between my EverQuest and WoW days. But WoW definitely hit all the right notes for me. Alright, we've got some potion sales, Spectral Agility, Hidden Spirit, and Flask of Stamina. 13,000, that would be good. Obviously that will all disappear once we make some more things with all our herbs, but we'll do what we can here for the moment, certainly. Let's post the rest on and go with that. Reason is that you don't have to be filming in time, we'll just throw out the camera once in a while, shooting some shots and then edit them together with a voiceover. Yeah, I mean, that sort of thing would certainly work. We've got a invalid price here, I think. Why is that? Ashara's Veil is 1.3 million gold. Okay. And that means my minimum price is 1.6 million. And my normal price is 1 million, which is why it's gone out of whack. Okay, what's Vile Mats times 8? Let's just adjust this group. This looks a little odd. So where are we at? Groups, Alchemy, Flasks, what have you got? Vial of the Sands, Mats. Was it that one? Flask of the Winds. Yeah, it was that one. The operation. Vial Mats times 8. 8 of each. So let's look at this operation. 48 hours post cap of 8. We don't need a bid amount anymore. That's an old operation. So, okay, so here we go. 110% crafting is your minimum. Max 5 times the average between crafting, DB market, DB region market average, and 30 times vendor sell. Those are interesting operations. Why would I have that? This was based off of Jack the Dipper's operations from a long time ago, so perhaps definitely having the minimum average between crafting, DB market, DB region market average, and times it by 5. I think that's what's going to cause me the issue there. I think rather than use that operation, I would be better off just using my standard one. So Val of the Sands mats, operations, let's get rid of this one and use this one. Average region DB market craft min times 5 is probably not enough. Crafting average DB market, no, this one, average region plus region and DB market craft minimum times 200, because we've got more than 8 of these, so we're making 8. That way, if we look at this Flask of the Winds, I mean, obviously that Ashara's Veil is completely out of whack. We've got 1.6 million, 6 million and 9 million as our prices. Let's just check in on Ashara's Veil, because that's broken by a long shot. Let's go over here and go to materials. Ashara's Veil, yeah, 192,000 is down to the minimum between first smart average buy, DB market, crafting vendor buy and convert DB market. Why is that so high? I mean, the market value is there. That's what's throwing it out at 192 gold. We should almost, and we don't have a average buy on those, a smart average buy or an average buy. So that's causing me some issues there as well. I've got 15 in the guild vault. So let's add in, I guess we could either go fixed value to fix this, or we could throw in DB region market average as an extra one, and then that at least goes down to 68 gold, which seems a little bit more reasonable, really, the region average being 68, because that one's completely thrown everything else out for the moment. Yeah. Okay. That should yeah, should go on Shadow Song and farm 10 for an easy million gold. I think so at that price. Ashara's Veil, I mean, sale rate is 0.04, 16 per day. I mean, that is a pretty high price, 260. So, yes, I could possibly go out on Awakening and go grab a few myself as well, for that matter. Okay, so that's at least a little bit better. There we go. Going for 3,000. Undercutting the competition is better. There we go. Don't forget to buy the Vile vendor mats on Toons Exalted with the new BFA faction in Uldum. Ah, okay, yes, Darkwing. That's a good point. Farmer Sam. Yes, we very rarely do some farming, but it has been known, certainly. Yeah, it's fun on a druid, certainly. Right, let's go through and just check in on everyone else. If you buy some for 499,000, then your price would be accurate. Yeah, I'm not going to buy any for that price, though. That would be a terrible idea. Send out Derpalicious, he likes to farm. I'd rather drown myself. Well, that's harsh, but if that's how you feel, certainly. It is underwater. I mean, I need to look for rares and things at some point for... I want to get back to recipe hunting. That was fun when I was doing it for a while. I'd definitely like to get back to a few more of those. So once we... I guess what are my Shadowlands goals is to think about here. Really, it's to get everyone. I'm not necessarily interested in getting every legendary, because I think that's just too much gold and not enough return, certainly, and too much effort. So I'm going to leave that out of my goal list. If I happen to tick away at them, we'll see what happens with 9.2 If there's a multiple legendaries, then maybe that's another a time to get back into it. If materials happen to get particularly cheap and I have a particularly large amount of gold, then I may well jump into it as well. All your old crafting tunes are there, and you have a ton of recipes on them, including Valor Sands. Yeah, I mean, that's a great thing to have, certainly. Yeah, rhinestone glasses would be another option. I'd like to get... The ultimate goal is to have every recipe for all professions. That's the ultimate goal. The collector in me likes that idea. It's just a big ask, certainly. So let's jump over here. You know what we could also do with jumping over onto NA and doing those as well, as the same time as doing Hellfire as well. Happy to say you got 100% leatherworking and tailoring from TBC. Oh, very nice indeed. Burning Crusade recipes can be particularly tough to get hold of. Choosing a place to start is difficult. Yeah, I mean that's... Yeah, it's... I mean, I'm working on Samadhan and his professions first. I think he's the most complete because he's the one I've played since vanilla. So he's doing all right at the moment. Right, we're still going through and flipping a few things here. Managed to flip some sacred shards there, so that's 6,000 gold. This is the same profile as my NA profile, so it's kind of interesting. Oh, sounds like the auctioneers are being killed. Yeah, there they go. That's a shame. Right. Fine. If you're going to do that, I'm going to bring in the Brutosaur. Where is it? I haven't got the icon for him. Where's the... Mighty M. Mighty Caravan Brutosaur. Let's just drop this here. There we go. Right in the middle for everyone. Let's just park you here. At least people can do their auctioning until they come back. I need to adjust all this from bartender actually. Be nice to level up here as well. That's another option. There we go. So with that done, let's go and post that lot on.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
So this is just like random stuff really. A few things that are below min price here. What else have we got here? Let's do a manual search of each of these just to see what they're like. Throw these on. Linen cloth. We've bought, well, smart average buy is 188. These ones though I'm pretty sure I bought for less than that. So I'm going to try, I'll just throw them on at 30. Obviously I have a huge amount of these actually, so I might just put those in the guild bank perhaps. If I just move over there a little bit. There we go. Let's just move this over. Oh, that's the regular bank, that's not the guild bank. Guild bank's over here. Hold on. This Brutosaur's too big to have here. I keep getting stuck. There we go. Let's use that. There we go. We'll put linen cloth here for now because we have a little bit of linen cloth that just keeps me in supply for a little bit here. And some more linen cloth there. Any Tide spray linen here? There we go. There's a little bit here. If I just pop that there. We'll keep that there. That should work. You're there as well. Okay, Smooth George. Was that you waving earlier? What else have we got here? Let's have a look. So from here, where's my bag gone? There it is. Let's have a look. So King's Blood, 385, 398. That's all there is of King's Blood. Well, we can... Let's just reset the price on all of that. Let's grab that. and then we can at least post our King's Blood for 771. It's a good price. Sungrass. Oh, that's because I've got a waypoint behind me, I think. Let's just move that down. Oh, no, no, hold on. Wrong one. There we go, we're back. And let's have a look. Okay, there we go. Sungrass. 10 gold. How much do we buy it for? 10.95. Again, I'm going to buy all of that out. Doesn't seem to be much of it, so we'll take that. Heavy hide. Again, there's none on here, so let's take that out. Pallid bone. That's an interesting one. What did we buy it for? 2.25 seems a little high there. Pretty sure I didn't buy it for that price. I still have 2,500 on me, so that's probably what's skewing my smart average buy numbers. I need to know what I recently bought it for. So, looking at this, yeah, it looks like everyone's being killed still. 1 gold 20. You know what, I'm just going to throw this on for now. Or I might be better off just sending it over to Earthen, as we've got it, and he might use it. That'll be better. Let's go with that. And then what are we left with? The osmanite ore. 5 gold 55. What did we buy it for? 581. We could possibly push it up to 16 or at least 9 if nothing else. There's 101 of it. So let's buy it. Oh, no, not post. Buy. Let's buy that for another 560. And then we can do run a post scan on that lot for a reasonable price. Grab the rest of that and post that on. That should work. So what we'll do in this case, I think, is this will be a good time to we'll do a search for what's on Shadowsong, anything reasonable. At the same time, we'll jump over to NA and get those auctions listed on as well. Do both at the same time. Now, what was it? It was Control M for music, Drizzling Rose said. Turn that off for the moment. Okay, actually Control... Is it Control S for sound off? Sound effects disabled. There we go. You always just keep hearing the death cries of the NPCs. Yeah, that's the... two other auctioneers there, including one sort of hidden away. Most farmers don't seem to be aware of that. They end up... Those people are clearly not aware. Auctioneers don't award rep. Exactly there. I think they're just killing for killing's sake, almost. Right. We need to go Samadhan on NA. Have a look here. Late response, no problem. Wait, you mentioned BFA faction. Does that give you discounts on bar mats? That's awesome. In Uldum, yeah. You need to be in the right chromie zone, as far as I understand it. Might have to reposition Cookie's camera again in a minute. She keeps moving. Missing her head. There we go. Put her in the right ballpark. There we are. Okay. Over to Samadhan. Hello, Samadhan. Samadhan is on a mission to make gold. Today we're going to go and have a look at his mailbox. Off we go then. Let's jump on over and collect up the mail. Got a few sales. All the Leystrike ores selling. Another 4,000 for 18,000 gold. I bought this nice and cheaply for 3 gold and 5. Been selling it for more than that, so that's always good. So we'll grab all of that and leave that coming through. And whilst that's going through, we can go onto the other WoW and see what the scans are like. What have we got here? Khadgar's Whisker. 3 silver seems pretty cheap. There's only a couple of those on. I'll take that. Medium hide. 98 silver. Again, that's pretty high, but I'm not sure how quickly this stuff sells. 0.02 sale rate. Less than 1 a day. I'll take the 11 as a punt and we'll give it a go. And the same with some of these. The light hide at... the heavy hide I've been doing myself there at 10. But then that 150 seems quite high. I bought it for 273, so that still would be a bargain to someone else. Core leather, that's been artificially inflated. Look at that historical price, 792,000 gold. Those are the things that always throw me. But this one does look interesting. 190 to 2. How many sell of those? A couple a day, not a huge amount. We'll add them to the list. The main thing here really is variety. The more variety you have, the better. Maze Royal's always a nice one, especially with Children's Week. I don't have any accounting data for this. Let's just grab some now and we'll reset the price. We could possibly take it back up to 9 gold 96. That seems a little high. I think 6 gold 90 is a better price for sustainability. Cinderbloom's a Cataclysm one. That should be more expensive than 15 gold. I think 30 gold would be a better price looking at that, versus 15 and 20. So we'll take, what's that going to cost me? 3,000 for that lot with an average of 18, and then an average of 29. That's going to cost me 62,000. I don't want, there's not going to be that much sold. 23 a day is really not enough. So, but this is okay with a 10 gold markup from there, so we'll take that. And then silver leaf is always, I always like to do the early herbs as well, because people do tend to throw them on for very cheap prices, and you can quite easily just scoop a few of them up like that. Fellweed, another interesting one. We've got a little bit of that at the moment. Average is, what have we got? Edge Awakening's got a whole load of it anyway. We could maybe go up to the other fight. Well, yeah, let's take all of that out from there and reset that higher. Small amounts, but it all works. No problems I can pull. Belagar, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. And what else have we got here? Soul Dust. Why is Soul Dust now 8 gold? Soul Dust will have to look at. The other two. Eternal Crystals at 59 gold. Smart average is still telling me 96. That's quite high. Because 59 divided by 3, what's that? Well, call it 60. That's 20 gold each. And then the 20, call that 7 gold, is your effective price of your Soul Dust. So 8 gold is actually more than that. You can make Soul Dust for 7 gold based off this Eternal Crystal price. The Eternal Crystal, so 59, then 66. I'm going to take the 59. I'm just going to buy those and send those to Samadhan. That'll be the easiest way, really. Kuiperite's down there at 1 gold 80. That's really good for Bridget, for the jewel crafting side of things. I might buy those and send them on over to her. How much have I got at the moment? 100 or so. Yeah, let's take the cheap ones. That's 3,000 gold. I mean, I'm tempted just to take that as well. We'll send those on over. Okay, let's leave that for now. Open up all of those. So a couple of these we'll just not buy to sell on, but we'll buy to pass on to other characters. So Bridget can get all of those, and Samadhan can get the eternal crystals. Then the rest will post on for hopefully a reasonable price. It's weird having the Shattrath music in the background whilst we're here in Booty Bay. So we'll post all of those on. That's the flipping on that side done. Let's jump over to Samadhan and post his auctions on. Gained our 19,000 gold there. So we're 212,000 gold at the moment. The token price is 190, so that's gone up a huge amount. So that would take all our gold if we were to buy a token now. We need to buy one at the end of the month. So hopefully I can make a little bit more gold between now and then, a few more days time. And then we'll have a reckoning for next month. How much gold can we make on NA for a token? Especially if I start using up a lot of my capital, it makes buying things a lot harder. But then we just have to play some more. That's the main thing, really. Oh look, Sam has full bags. Danny, good evening to you. How are you doing? What a surprise. I've actually overfilled my bags. I've still got some stuff in the mail as well. So we'll have to deal with those as well. Have I tried a vendor search? Not here and not on Shadowsong in a while, certainly. That's always an option. Definitely. Right, I'll leave most of the rest of that. Let's just go grab the rest of the stuff. Welcome back, Dragon Paul. Let's grab the spare bits. Grab those and post that lot on. So I'm not going to do a scan for things here, because I'll just leave it as it is for now. I've got plenty of stuff to be selling anyway. That Lacestrite hopefully will get some more sales on that. That'll be useful. Let's jump over to Samadhan and his last farming mission on the video. Got him a few things, so we need to make sure those are listed on as well. You made a couple of thousand gold per day on a vendor search. That's really good, Felicius. I sometimes get a little bit, but not that much, certainly. Just finished your Oreo creamer and haven't been grocery shopping. Oh no! No more Oreo for you. See, this is the great thing. I've got 2 WoWs running, and Mr. Potato 2.0 is still absolutely fine. With the extra memory and the extra CPU fan. Not having a single problem. Right, so no sales out of that lot. So let's try getting a lot of this on. Tons and tons of meat usually, and greens from Shadowlands. Ah, interesting, interesting. I mean, it would be good for this account, which is certainly more cash strapped. What is that chest thing there? A portable mailbox. Okay. Is that an engineer only one? That's pretty cool. Where do you get a portable mailbox from? Angzone, Orblaze, etc. Under 2 gold, 50,000. So I buy them and vendor them. Oh, right. Okay, yeah. I have a i5 7500. It's a fairly early generation one. So it's nothing too fancy, certainly. Let's get that. Dreamleaf's below min price and the Fell Slate is below min price. So I'm not likely to sell them at the price I've got here. But we'll try for the moment. And if not, we'll... what's that? 10 gold. Min's 25 because the market value is at 62. We could possibly go a little bit less on this. Possibly. That's an option. Option, certainly. Yeah. Wrath of the Lich King Engineering, Mol E. Oh, okay, thank you, Korochi. It looks cool, and everyone can use it, which is really nice. Very handy. Trade member, good evening to you. Would you consider doing an hour or two of farming per week on NA to supplement your token cost? Maybe haven't got time for an hour or two a week, but I will be doing some farming on Samadhan here, certainly. Just to add to it, certainly. It does have a 2-hour cooldown, that would be useful. Yeah, I mean, that and Katie Stamp Whistle, if you have the two of them, that's definitely useful. So, I would definitely use them in a pinch, certainly. Just ordered a Ryzen 3700, very nice, very nice. You ordered an i9 with the 3080, not shipping for another month, however. Crazy time frames on new PCs. There are indeed, Danny, but that's a great spec. I know the i9. I don't know about the latest spec ones, but they are definitely Intel are certainly trying to keep up to date with Ryzen. I mean, I would still use an Intel for a lot of my my computer work, certainly, my 3D stuff, because it is a solid CPU for the kind of stuff, a lot of single-threaded stuff that I do as well. I would find that useful. Okay, so we're done on NA. What I'm going to now do... Oh, I actually haven't checked to see if the blog's up. Let me check that. Because that's... yes, that's just gone live. Okay. Let's do that first, and then we'll come back. Because I'll go over to Classic after this as well. Get all the accounts all up and running. So let's go here. Where's my list of things? Here we go. Commands. Wowhead. Edit. And adjust that. Paste. Submit. Done. Move that back. Move that over here. Slightly sluggish with two things going on at the moment. There we are. Stream's going twitchy here for you. Okay, let me have a look. I might have to take one of my wows down. That could be the problem there. Let's just take... Let's exit out of this one. We're back here. And I will Control S. Sound effects back on and music back on. There we are. And then I'm not away anymore. Have we still got our auctioneers, or have they been killed? No, we haven't got them here, so let's just leave that there for now. Everyone seems to be using that one at the moment, I think, as they're all being killed. We'll just keep ourselves parked here for the moment. New goal making method of cancel saving on 2 accounts. Yeah, definitely. What happened with the crystals? They got buffed in the drop rate, and therefore completely crashed in price. Let's have a look, because that's the headline news on this week's Wowhead Weekly wrap-up. It was quite the week. The hotfix came in on the 17th of August, I believe. Let me just get the window in the right position. Sorry, Cookie, I'm just going to make sure that's a little bit narrow. Have a little bit less. Cookie, there we go. She's fast asleep anyway, so she's good. Yeah, so let's have a look. Corsite Crystals. First big change here. So what happened? So there was an increase on the hotfix on the August 17th patch notes. Increased the amount of Corsite Crystal rewarded in the More Assault box, Courtier Weekly box, and Broker Daily quests. So this usually means the wanted poster in Courtier that normally gives 2, most times, now gives 3, and the Jailer's Efforts Subdued weekly that normally gave 1 now gives 5. This is updated here, so that is massive. That's a huge increase in the quantity, and you can see here, this is on My Realm Shadow Song. The price here this was yesterday, and it came here at just about 1,000. I've literally just bought a whole load more, and it's crashed down here at 500. If we have a look at this now, in fact, a more up-to-date price here. Here we are, right down here, 576. The quantity has just gone up and up and up. So it's a massive increase in price, increase in stock, and therefore a massive crash in price. So it's really changed the market here. And the region, if we go down to here, you can see here now a big spike here in the region. Again, it's dropped again a little bit, probably as people started snapping up some and started recrafting legendaries perhaps at the new price. But you can see this price has continued down here, and the region price is 660. So that's had a massive effect on the economy of the legendary markets, because that was one of the big things that was holding back the price of the Vestige of Origins, because you need 40 of these things. So every 100 gold difference times by 40 makes a huge difference overall. This is a graph for NA, and EU, as we just saw, is very similar. So big massive spike in quantity, and therefore the drop in the price. So what does this mean? Mantheus has got a great video, because he's obviously heavily in the legendary market. It means that the price of the rank 5 and 6 legendaries has plummeted as a result, but that does have a plus side. It means that people who are holding off because the legendaries are just so expensive, people might start buying them more as they're more reasonably priced. It depends on your server though, what your profit margins are going to be. I mean, if I have a look here, I don't know if Legendary Stock Tracker works on other characters at the moment. I don't know how up to date this will have caught things. If I do settings as a value, go back to the table. So the profits on a rank 6 currently for me, for the cloth, you're looking at 17, 70, 28, 77, quite range there. The cape is the main one, 77 and 27. The rank 4 is still a reasonable profit at 26, so that's very interesting there to see that. The actual price of a, let's have a look on my server. Let's have a look at Grimveiled. Let's say Grimveiled cape. That's shoulders. Let's try that again. Grimveiled cape. No, I clicked it again. Okay, let's try that again. Wait for it to scan and then pause it, and then shift click on cape exact, and then adjust that by eye level. So going down here, we have 235 is coming in at 39,000 at the moment for the rank 4. The rank 5 249 is 139, which is quite expensive given that the crafting cost of that Vestige of Origins price now for me down at 48,000, because I just reset my price based on the new ones I bought there. And then we've got the Grimveiled cape here at rank 6 now at 90,000 price. So I've got a crafting cost of 59,000, so that's a 31,000 profit. I need to probably go and relist these on as Samadhan, because now that I've adjusted my Corsite Crystal prices, the price of my capes is resultantly cheaper. Obviously these ones cost me more to make, and that's the main problem really, is if you've got stock of legendaries that were made with the old Corsite Crystal prices, you are going to have to sell those at a loss and then recycle through and then hopefully make back some gold with your profit margins. It's a very expensive market to be in, and that's kind of why I've been so reluctant with it for so long, is because of the prices that it costs to get into it. It's just been really. I'm going to turn the sound effects off here because everyone seems to be dying. There we go. I'll ignore that for the moment. There we go. My server is always higher than the others. That is true, Danny. Although looking at the price of Corsite Crystals going down to 500 here on Shadowsong does to me at least show me that that even Shadow Song will get affected by things, certainly. You got 2,000 crystals today for 350 gold each on Draenor. Yeah, I mean that's the kind of price. Yeah, yeah. 400 to 500 should stay steady, I hope. Yeah, I think that should hopefully be a good price. You found an edit error later in the guide. When you thank me, you have thank you rather than thank you. Ah, right, okay. Yes, Saigon Paul, that's something I always do. I always spell it thank you as one word. I don't know why. It's one of those things, but thank you. Thank you twice. I kind of use it as a big word. So, yeah, to finish off the Quartzite thing, Mantheus talks about if the price of the Quartzite crystals gets low enough, then potentially you can use the Vestige on a rank 2 to make a rank 4 for cheaper than it costs to make a rank 4 without the Vestige of Origin. That could be quite an interesting mark. I can't remember current prices, he was talking about more like 400 gold or something like that. Could potentially mean that you can get into the legendary market on some items that you haven't leveled up through, because then you just won't be wasting any rank 2s and 3s, you'll be using your rank 2s to make a rank 4. So that could be an option there as well. You have bags of stock right now, and your server things have really slowed down, and the art zones, and you're a high pop as well. Really, Haley? Yeah, it's a tricky one. Obviously, a lot of people who wanted to get their legendaries early on will have already got them, and once you've got them, there's not really any need to get another one. At this point, it's not something you're going to swap around too much, and because you can only have one legendary, it's going to be quite limited there as well. So it's a slightly limiting market, not quite as bad as maybe say mounts or something like that, but it is very much high end. And with the prices going around, it just costs so much money to get into it, which is why I tend to avoid it, certainly. But there are opportunities there, especially if you're in and prepared early. And then we mentioned Darkwing mentioned this earlier. Gumdrops has put a call out asking for people to sign up for potential interviews. They basically want to sort of see how people are using the task list in terms of the upcoming 4.12 version of TSM. So they can do like a 30-minute session. You're doing a screen shared walkthrough of your current process using the gathering task list modules, some general inquiry and discussion about your use of gathering and crafting, opportunity for you to critique and comment on the current state of those modules, and then time permitting some look at early work in progress designs. Really nice way of getting some general feedback from everyone. So if you haven't signed up, they're going to be choosing people randomly, whether you're a new goblin or an experienced seasoned veteran. I think this is the kind of feedback that's going to be really useful for TSM, certainly. You got invited, you need to pick a time and day. We should do after the stream. Okay, fantastic. Dirty Ovi, good evening to you as well. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Darkwing, for the shout out. If you use a Vestige on a rank 2 and make a 4, how much rep does that give to the next rank, 10 or 15? That's an interesting question, Danny. I don't know. I'd have to test it. Yeah. Yeah, I think Dirty Ovi, you signed up for it as well. I saw your name on the Reddit. Yeah. You're doing it tomorrow. Fantastic. My main issue is really I didn't sign up myself because of the American time zones can make it quite tricky for me to do stuff late in the evening. And my time is, at the moment, very, very limited. But I highly recommend it if you haven't already. And then, Saigon Paul, your lovely post, deep dive on TSM profit and loss. I tried to sort of edit it to just a few sort of snippets, hopefully giving people a taste of the gist of the... There are TSM devs in the EU. They are indeed, Saigon Paul, but it was something, note these sessions will be hosted from a US time zone, was my thinking there on that front. Oh, is it the same XP as without a vestige? Okay, thank you, Melanor, for that. So, Cycling Paul again has been doing a wonderful series, if you haven't been following it, on deep dives into the TSM operations, how it works, and how all the different variables work within TSM. Would be hard to edit. You did give me a warning, certainly. But so what I've done is just talked about the profit and loss and the material costs, and going through all what that actually means in terms of the method here: minimum DB market, crafting, vendor buy, convert DB market. What does that mean? How does it work? And this is a great explanation as to each of the individual things and how that gets translated.
Donated £10. Happy 191st edition.
Oh, thank you, Danny. That's very, very kind of you. Very kind indeed. Thank you. Happy 191 Wowhead blogs. Although the first 100 goes to Gumdrop, certainly, but I'll take the 91. Thank you, Danny. That's incredibly generous of you. I'm not going to sort out my guild banks yet, but thank you. Very much appreciated. I haven't set a new target actually for the next donation goals. I've got a few ideas in mind, but I'm thinking something either like a tablet or one of those razor orb weavers or something like that. Sorting a guild bank is at least a 50 spot. This was my 100. No, yeah. Gumdrops did the 100. Gumdrops did the first 100. Did he do the first 100? I'm not sure if he was the original one. I think he was, wasn't he? And then yes, I took over took it over at 100, and then I did everything. So this is technically my 92nd one, I would say. And then Sagan Paul talks a little bit more about the mat price and goes into a lot of detail about farming mats and why they are not free, which I've not included here, but it is worth reading on the main article, which is linked to here and down here, where it talks about that a little bit more. And then the next step, the crafting cost, and how TSM calculates that from the first DB min buyout and DB market, doing a check, which is not to be confused with the check AB function, and the value of crafting. So basically mat price A, mat price B equals the crafting. So for a copper bar, that's 1 copper ore. Very well explained. And then the next step, talking about the crafted item, which is the default craft value method. We know the cost to craft the item, and then you take basically the crafting value method minus the crafting, and that gives you your profit or loss. Not quite, Danny. No, not quite. So I think I've summarized it as best I could. But I highly recommend, if you are interested in following these articles, have a look at this one. There's a link from this one to the other ones previous to this. Really nice and in-depth explanations on everything. So thank you, Sagan Paul. With a one-word thank you. I'll edit that later. But it's really, really handy. So highly, highly recommended. So the next thing, and if you are interested, actually, if you have any questions, Simon Paul is probably still here in chat. Yes, there you are. Please do ask, and I'm sure we'll help you out. Finally got around to unlocking Infernal Brimstone Worldcast on Shadowsong. Oh, excellent, Jeannie. You can get some sales off me, certainly. There's a very impressive edit of the article. Honestly, didn't think you could cut that down. Well, thank you. I did try. I put in the snips where so people can see where it was edited down at least, but hopefully that didn't do it an injustice. Certainly. Now this is quite an interesting a tale of two halves. Excuse me. Friend of the stream, TSN, if you haven't seen and subscribed to his YouTube, I highly recommend you go over. Did an interesting challenge recently, the past, 4 weeks I think it's been. Started with 4 million gold and thought, you know what, I'm going to go all in on the legendary market and see what I can do in terms of sales. And basically went in and got as many legendaries up as possible.
How
started
kind of
selling them.
Serenova just subscribed.
Thank you so much, Serenova. That's very, very kind of you. 8 months. Lovely to have you here, and thank you so much for your support. Hope you're doing well. We're just going through the Wowhead blog at the moment, talking about TSN's YouTube series. So if you haven't seen it, it's very interesting. I won't spoiler the results, but it comes to a very sort of not abrupt end, but a very interesting end. And basically, to summarise it, from the 4 million gold, it managed to make a reasonable amount of gold as a return. So for them, it certainly worked out, and I highly recommend having a look at the YouTube series to see how it all panned out. They're quite short videos as well, so they're very easy just to run through. Now, the second one was from Reddit, from Grogar, explaining why they're actually leaving the legendary market, specifically the rank 5 and 6 legendary market. And these are quite interesting reasons. Basically, zero deposit costs, which I didn't realise actually, create endless babysitting, cancelling, scanning competition. There's a huge meta for the cancel scanning market. I know Mantheus does a lot of it. I don't think you do as much, do you, Dirty Irby? You put yours on, and then I don't know how Hikons does his. That will be another interesting one to see how much people cancel scan. But I know a lot of people feel like they just can't compete unless they are constantly cancel scanning. Yeah, it's wild and crazy over there for you as well. Yeah, that's what I've heard. And that would be, for me, a big reason to not get into it because of this. The extreme cancel scanning. And then the second one here, Corsite Crystals. Now, we just saw there's a strong correlation in price with unstable random pricing material. With the change in Corsite Crystals, availability has seen a massive crash in the prices. And if you've got too much stock before this happened, you're going to suffer and you're going to effectively lose a lot of gold. Obviously, with the volume of legendaries, and if you are heavily invested in these, then I'm sure you'll probably make a decent amount of gold back anyway, because you're talking about millions and millions of gold anyway. I mean, and this is a good point 3 actually. It's using up a lot of liquid gold, millions of gold in fact. More gold than I think we've ever had to deal with in any profession. And if you want to do all of them, it just costs you so much, multiple gold caps, just to buy and level up these things. And the materials are still incredibly expensive. So it's just it's very prohibitive. If you don't have several millions of gold, you can't really diversify in a lot of different markets here, and you can only do a few of them. I mean, I've had some success on Shadowsong here with just the capes and a few other tailoring bits and pieces. By no means exhaustive, certainly. There's a guy on your server that's posting from 2 accounts, same name, just with I and E swapped. Constantly scans and posts stuff off 2 accounts. Hard to keep up with. Yeah, it's very hard when you've got someone constantly doing that one. Yeah, it's really difficult. And then if the Corsite changes quickly, the result is unknown. For some goblins like you, it looks like a gold loss and wasting times. For example, you bought a stack of Corsite 2 days ago at 1.6 thousand, craft all legendaries, put it on the auction house, and then for 2 days, Corsite price was down to 1.4k. So that times it by 40 and 3,000 gold loss per item. Lose about 3,000 gold on each item. But then look at this. This is 1.6k. Look how much everything has crashed recently. Those margins are going to be even more amplified right now. It's a really risky proposition. And then the crafting price of a 249 the price is 90% off of 262. It looks irrational for most people to just buy this temporary item for such prices. Yeah, I mean the 249, because of the big bump in the Vestige of Origins, it doesn't seem very cost effective to go up the rank 4, 5 and 6. It would almost seem like you'd have to use half a Vestige of Origins or something to have the proper division, but it's a big bump up to go that and then 5 and 6, and then the curve isn't smooth going up. So a lot of people will just bypass the 249 and go straight to the 262, especially if they haven't got this much gold, certainly. I mean, and especially at this point in the inspection now, where people aren't really sort of rushing, they've already done the whole Mythic Plus stuff and the Mythic raid. This is kind of superfluous now, so people will just be going for the rank 6, I think. Yeah, it's not. When your stock is gone, you're giving up for this match. I wouldn't be surprised, Haley, for the same reasons here. These are all very valid reasons for not being into it, certainly. It didn't help that we just had to wait 1 week extra for that rank 6. That's true, actually, Smooth George. What if that was like another 4 weeks or something? That would have made a difference, certainly. Let me just anti-AFK for a minute. There we go. So that's a good reason not to. This is a good reason to go into it. Obviously, this has changed somewhat with the Corsite Crystal prices. This was 4 weeks ago. I would still say that there is some money to be had in legendaries. I wouldn't completely give up on it. The rank 4s are still selling quite well. If you have a few bits and pieces, there's no harm in selling them if they're still a profit, certainly. Just I wouldn't invest too much in it. Certainly. I mean, if they reduce the price of the arboreal shards, that might help things a little bit as well. Just gradually, certainly. So that pretty much wraps up the Wowhead blog. If you have any questions or you're following through on the embed, please come on through. We're happy to chat about all things economy based and gold making here on the stream. I'll be around here for at least another hour and a half, so come on through. In the meantime, we'll carry on with our gold making, which we shall do. We'll jump into Classic briefly, just to get some more sales kicked through on that flipping series. The video for that just recently went live earlier this afternoon, so what I'm going to do is just going to give everyone a warning. Sorry, all logging now. And then, that just changed to sorry to everyone. And then I'm going to exit out. And then we'll jump over to Classic once that goes through. Let's just exit now on that one. So we're going to jump into Burning Crusade Classic on Samadhan. And we're going to jump in here and we are going to just go through my flipping profile over here, see if we can make a little bit of extra gold. Here we started with 47 gold, and so we are going to see if we can get ourselves back up to 47. We've invested in a few markets, reset a few things, and let's have a look and see what kind of sales we've got here. Time to get into it is when everyone gets out, really. Well, that's a good point, actually, Commander Bond. Massively increase the amount of soul cinders you need to have the rank 5. That's why the rank 6 is going way more. Yeah, I mean, it's just fairly expensive all round, isn't it? Alright, let's have a look. It's lovely to see so many people active in Classic. I just love being able to run around like this and see each of these people are on this server. Alright, what have we got? Oh, we got some sales. Oh, we got quite a few sales. We sold our King's Blood, Peace Bloom, Silverleaf, more Peace Bloom, Major Oil sold, Mithril Ore, the clam meat, all the cured thick hide sold. 15 gold, so that should take me back up to my original 47, and then with some stock to spare. That's brilliant. Okay, let's grab all of that. So we've broken even, plus with stock. That's a good position to be in. So let's go back and reinvest that. Coco, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Cat opened eyes right when I got here, then went back to sleep. Yes, you're just checking in on everyone. Cookie's fast asleep at the moment. So back into Classic. We'll just go grab this and we'll post on the first lot first. Let's go through this. So cured medium hide above max price, and that's above max price. But we bought that for 15 copper, and we bought the thick hide for... No, the cured medium hide we bought for 4 silver, so I think we can safely post those on. A couple of things not the Major Oil, King's Blood and Silver Leaf. Let's just go check in on those. Silver Leaf, we got a couple of pretty stacks we can put in. Where are we at? 70... What was our average buy price? 72 copper. Okay, so that's way down here up at the 1 silver. So this has been reset. Now we could re-buy out some of this. This is obviously very popular. We could take the cheap stuff. What's the cheapest we've seen it? Well, we sold it for 2 silver. Cheapest we bought it for was 4 copper. Most we bought it for was 91 copper. Average of 35. So we could come up to here at the 35 point. That wouldn't be too bad. But 72 is what we should ideally be at. There's a 50 single ones there. There's a 4 pretty stack there, and there's a 3 pretty stack there. How many are we selling? 112 per day. Let's get a few cheap ones for now. Let's reinvest some of this. A few stacks there, and 35 there. Then, I mean, it would be nice to come here at the 1 silver if we can, because there's a few stacks of 20 in between there, which could make things slightly difficult for us to sell. Or didn't mean to do that. Actually, no, we'll look at the other ones whilst we're here. So let's just take that. So ideally, we'd come down here and post here at the 2 stacks of 20, which we've got a couple of stacks anyway. We maybe do that for 48 hours, give ourselves a little bit more room. Let's look at the Maize Royal, which we bought for 98, which is coming down here. There's a few scattering bits and pieces. Then there's a nice jump here from 1 silver to 1 silver 63. We sold at 175, so that's a good little buyout we can do there as well. Have to be very careful with my scroll wheel macro. It's so easy to overbuy on these because it moves so fast. Let's go in here, and then we can post in at this point. We'll go 12 hours, I think, on this lot. Max of 5 for now, but then we'll come back with the other ones we just bought. King's Blood, 2 silver, 238 would be the point to come in here. Buying out below that isn't really worth it, so I'm just going to insert mine at this point and see if we can get a sale. I'll come in here a little bit longer for 48 hours. Okay, so whilst we're here, let's do a quick commodities check on everything and see if there's anything worth buying at this point. What have we got? Wool cloth at 74 copper. How's that looking? Min buy at 1 silver 43. Smart average of 79. Let's just expand that out a little bit more. We could maybe get those 2 and that one and come up here at that point. Let's do that whilst we're here. Take that, the 1 silver 19 and the 1 silver 20. Let's carry on with that and resume. What else? So zesty clam meat, we know we sold some of that. How's that looking? 98, 98, and then 9 silver. What did we sell it for? We sold it for 5 silver. So again, I'll take, not that one, that one. I'll take the cheap ones. 1 silver there. Carry on through. Peace Bloom again is gone cheap at 9 copper. That is very cheap for Peace Bloom. 9 copper, 10 copper. Then we go up to 21. I've sold it for 94 copper, so that's much better. We sold 240. Minimum was 61 copper. There's a jump here from 21 to 50. If we were to buy some here, there's 37 single ones, which is inconvenient for people who don't have TSM. So I'm going to use the power of TSM to buy all of those. Like so. And then we'll stop there at the 50 copper and come in and back at that point. What else have we got? Medium leather, light leather, 45 copper. Silver leaf, again, we were looking at that earlier because we bought some of it out, didn't we? At 35 copper. Once we pick up the ones we've bought, we'll have a look at that. We're down here at the ideal there. Medium leather is, what have I got? 87 copper. I sold it for. I don't have a smart average buy price, but my last buy was 48 copper, so that's a big difference to what I bought it for. Min buyout is now in the silvers, so not so sure about that one. Whether I can push it any higher. The light leather though, 45 copper to an extra silver on top, would gain me a little bit extra. So let's grab that. And anything else? Silver leaf, Briarthorn. Briarthorn's always a fun one. What's that? 15 silver market average. I've sold some for 24 silver. Oh, looks like Cookie heard food. She's gone. That was quick. Hold on, I'm going to let Cookie out so she can get some food. Close that off for a minute. Cookie, some food. There we go, she's gone. Right, okay, what have we got? Yeah, so the Briarthorn. Where's there a big jump, if there is one? There's 3 stacks of 20 there. This could cost me a little bit. And then here, the 7 silver to 18 silver. We could possibly reset this market. It's going to cost me a fair amount of my gold. Not huge, though. Let's have a look. What are we at? 46. It's going to cost me a few gold to take this out. But Briarthorn's not bad. I'm pretty confident I can sell this again. It's getting these extra ones down to 40 gold. For a proper reset, let's just take those out. And then we'll come back in at 18 and see if we can sell those. Okay, that's probably, we're down to 38 gold again. So we bought a few things there. Our TSM graph is going to be very erratic at this point. We make gold and then we reinvest it straight away. That's how it works. Could have done with doing a vendor scan actually. That would have been a good point. Right, let's collect up all of this. Quite a lot of silver leaf there. What's our new average? Smart average buy price is 29 copper. Okay. Hopefully we can make good use of that. Are we at danger of filling our bags up at this point? Probably not. No, we're okay so far. Close, but not quite. Okay, so I'll go post this lot on and run an auction scan. Silverleaf going on, Zesty Clam Meat going on, Briarthorn, Mage Wool. Okay, let's go with all of that. There we go, all of that on. If you've got something in the article, when you farm for mats, you're trading time to save gold. If your mat price is 10 and sells for 20, then profit is 10. Profit is not 20, whether you buy mats or farm. The profit's still 10. You save 10, but the mat price doesn't change. Yeah, your time is worth the 10 gold, basically. Yeah, that would make sense, certainly. Yeah. Drizzling Rose, good evening to you. How are you doing? We're currently in Classic, temporarily, whilst we are working our way through. Let me just combine those, because those seem to have a problem. And then post those. There we go. That should work. Okay. Looking wants to do some cleaning, no problem. But farm mats are free. I'm doing very well, thank you, Rose. You timed to 15. Oh, very nice. Is that Plague Full? Very nice, Doc Otter. Very nice indeed. Congratulations. Browse. We do a little vendor search. Just see if there's anything on here we can vendor. Do these vendor for anything reasonable? Where's the vendor sell price? 24. 16. There's only an extra copper here on most of those. So we're only gaining a copper on those. I'll leave those for the moment. Not going to bother too much on that. Okay, we'll leave Classic here. I did have Classic over on the NA side as well, but I don't think that was making nearly as much gold. We can try it there. That was over on. Let's go have a look. That was over on this one. Let's just jump in on here as well. Closing in on Keystone Master, you got 1862 points. That's brilliant. Oh, that didn't work. Let me just go out of that. Hold on. Don't want to dox myself for a minute. Let's try that again. Is that logging in? Yes, it is. On Pagel. There we go. Back over we go. Here we go. So, over onto the other Samadhan on the NA side. We'll have a quick look. We didn't have nearly as much gold on this this version, but I wanted to have a look here as well. You're on Pagel as well, Danny. Fantastic. Here we are. It looks more populated than Mirage Raceway from the number of people here, considering the time zone difference. We've got 18 silver. What did we have there? We got the copper ore and the minor healing potion sold. Okay, we're just selling the junk that we had on us. Nothing too massive. But with that 51 silver, I'm hoping to turn it into something a little bit more. Maybe. You're on the sofa. Always busy when you're in. It looks like a good server, certainly. We are literally only level... What are we? Level 7 human paladin here. So let's just post on all our stuff. We're like literally posting everything on using the default operation here. So just going through all of that. I don't think the scroll wheel macro is even working here. Let me just check that. Update existing macro. Still not working. Just pop all that on for now. See if that can sell. Browse wise, we'll just do a quick vendor search just in case there is anything here. Mystery meat, red wolf meat, 85 versus 87. There's not a huge amount of it, so probably not worth it. I mean, even though we are looking at just coppers here at this point, we should be okay for the moment. I don't have the profile set up yet. Once I do have it set up with the flipping profile, then I'll be able to make use of it over here. But I'll leave Samadhan here for now. It's mainly, this is a secondary account, if you can think of it like that. Right, just in case I don't dox myself again, I'll just swap over and go over onto the regular World of Warcraft, onto Samadhan. Just make sure I log in properly first. and then we'll go in next. Okay, making progress. Everything logged in? Yep, we're all good. Okay. So, we did Hellfire. We're going to go back up to Samadhan, check in on his mission table, and see how everything else goes from there. How are we doing for time? We got over an hour. Valued what each individual person valued his time farming those mats. Maybe they did it because it's fun and have no concern for gold. Maybe they did it for just a gold. Farm mats can be free up to whatever the person valued his time at. Exactly, Danny. That is very true. I know you weren't fully serious when you said it, Jeannie. But yeah. Maybe they didn't want to cancel scan the end product. Exactly. I mean, if you're just having fun, and playing the game, and this kind of stuff is coming through to you passively, then by all means, certainly consider it free and sell it for whatever you can. Okay, we've had... Right, okay, we've got a few sales. Tome Illusions, Grimveld Mittens, Shadowlace Hand Wraps, Cord, Grimveld Spolders for tiny prices. Look at the price of that, 190 gold. Okay, so what we do need to do is pass some gold back to Bridget. So this was 71 times an average price of, what was it, 539? I think it was about 520 actually. So if we do 520 times 71 gold, 36,000, call that 37,000 gold. Let's take all of this and then let's send money, 37,000 gold, to Bridget so that she can have that money back, because it's Samadhan that's going to be using this. So we'll send that over. So Samadhan's got loads of gold, 617,000. We're still at 2,020,000, and then obviously that extra gold is going to come through. I need to cancel my... Actually, let's bring that back. I need to cancel my Grimveiled capes that we had. My auctions, Grimveiled cape, the big ones, I'm going to cancel those because we have our new Corsite Crystal price, which is more accurate now for any future ones we make. It's not accurate for these ones, but it'll have to do really, because that is now the price of things. 90,000 and 139,000. Still a reasonable profit here on Shadowsong if I were to make some more of those. So I'm just going to post those on as they are. Right, okay, so token price sitting at 270,000. Don't need any tokens for a while yet anyway. Just hit 203,000 Oreos. Go you indeed. Well, I need to come up with better ways for spending it, certainly. Okay, we've got a whole load of stuff here, so let's go and complete those. Oh, we need sound effects back on. Did that work? No, Control S. Is that working? Let's hope so. Now, before I send them on any new missions, I think we've got, yes, we have a 7,500 XP, so we'll add that to the lowest person. Meatball gets one. There we are, Meatball's level 42, and this one is Overflowing Bucket. We'll just open that up. That gives me a whole lot of extra stuff. Now, I thought I had another XP one, but it looks like I don't. Okay, let's go grab a few more then. Okay, here we go. I think you're enjoying the Patreon. Am I still doing story time? I do occasionally do it. I still got the last of the Horde, the last half of the last Horde chapter to read. I've got pretty much most of them on there. You can get access to them, certainly. But thank you, Will. That would be very much appreciated. I forget, so if someone says farm mats are not free, or they get nasty whisper on why you sold so cheap. Yeah, that can happen, certainly. Yeah. Everybody here didn't get much after the article, and they've write articles for New Goblins. That is true, and so I can pull. I think even what I would consider expert goblins would still get something from it though, myself included. There's always, sometimes just a new way of talking about something can often make you think about it in a different way, certainly. I have lots of catching up for levelling, which is cool. Well, that'll be cool, certainly. Oh, there we go. Grimveld Cape. It's telling me 90,000. Is that actually accurate? Did we just sell it for 90,000? Yes, we did. Okay, that's a rank. Well, rank 6 for 90,000, was it? Okay. That is a big difference, actually. 31,000 profit in potentially. If I need to make another one, certainly. Yeah. Okay, Korochi, thank you so much for stopping by. We'll see you again soon, hopefully. Right, but yes, I do have the story time all on there, Will, and I'll try and make sure I get the next one added to the list. Yeah, it is an error sometimes. I've been caught out by that once before, which is why I was cautious. Right, let's go do these missions whilst we're here. Anything good? I still can't do this one for this mount. The High Winds Dark Mane. I would like to be able to do it at some point. It seems tricky. Let's try with my top 5. No, victory could not be guaranteed with my top 5. I mean, I could try it. What have we got? 8,000 health versus 1,000 attack. So it's just really the health is the problem here more than anything else. Most of the time, underestimate yourself. Oh, that's good to have it that way around, Doc. Yes. Kozakov, good evening to you. How are you doing? And Torgman, that nap was a bit longer than intended. No problem. Good to have you here. How are you doing? Just while I was selling the BFA stuff like flags, do they sell nowadays? Not really, to be honest. That's one of the other things I need to clear out. It's another thing to filter through. My max expires, certainly. I need to double check on it, certainly. Let's try this one with the extra companion XP. So, might need some extra muscle on this one. So let's try a couple more of the big ones. There we go. And then that should be an easy one. That should be an easy one. Any other XP ones? No. Mainly these at the bottom. Dangerous Harvest, Cloud Feather Guardian, and the Pet Charms. The cheapest one is this, so let's try 1, 2, 3. 3 at a time, maybe. There we go with that one, and then Cloud Feather Guardian. We'll try that. A little bit extra XP there. And this one, Dangerous Harvest. Need an extra one in, maybe. And maybe a healer will help. There we go. We can assign that one. Then we've got, oh, this is a big one. This is 10,000 XP. I didn't spot that one. Can we get that with 2? That's a big ask. No. What if we brought in someone else? Like that. A healer, perhaps. Yeah, let's go with that. And assign that. Now, we missed out. What did we miss out on there? Did that one get automatically undone? No, that's got everyone in it. That's got everyone in it. That's 1,000 XP. Where were you used in? It's a little bit strange. Let's just grab ourselves a little bit of something cheap. Court of Harvesters, that could be quite handy. No, not with that one, you can't. No, not even there. Okay. Let's just do an easy one for some gold. Take that, and this one, that's 1,000 XP there for 6,000. Should definitely try that one. Okay, does that work? Hopefully that should work. It's bad to remember to do tables. They're very, very useful. I would certainly recommend it. Right, they're all off and going. That's good. 12 hours on all of those. Okay, so next on Samadhan, we probably could do with restocking. We've also got, or really ideally, if we're going to stick up, continue with our renown, we're at 60. Renown should be up to, I think, 62 now. You get 2 each time now, isn't it? Let's have a look. How far behind am I? Renown is currently, 62 at the moment. So we need to make sure that we do our anima sources for the 1 renown there, and the finishing of the campaign as well. So I might as well get it started here on Samadhan. Whilst I'm here, courtier dailies, go over to here. Do those. They shouldn't take too long, and then we can do restocks and things after that. Let's go this way. Okay. Over there, lost my OBS. There it is. Never crafted the older bags before, like Magery, but they are worth crafting. You noticed almost cost nothing and still make 40. Exactly, Kozakov. I love making all the old bags. Some of them sell for a few thousands as well, like the Hydral Expedition bag. That's a nice array of panthers. Where are we going this way? Let's go over here, grab that, and get a flight over here. Over to the next thing. So we should be able to run through these quite quickly, get a fair amount of anima through doing those. And we'll also be working on our Archivist Codex, currently at 3,800. Just chipping away at it, slowly but surely. This is why I need to do it on all my other characters as well. So we were talking earlier about long-term goals for both Shadowlands and recipe collection. So I'm thinking I need to get all the recipes that I want from Shadowlands first, which means the Crafters Mark III on my main 4 crafters. That way I feel a bit more complete. There's a few other recipes I still haven't collected up. If I look, let's have a look. In cooking, we've got Feast of Gluttonous Hedonism, Court of Harvesters Revered. Have I got that yet? I must have. We should add that into our list, actually, if I have. Reputation, Court of Harvesters, Honoured. We're not quite at Revered. Revered is next, so maybe some reputation here would be useful. Get ourselves to the right point there. I mean, we will get that. Will we get that with our cash each week? I wonder if that gives us Court of Harvesters reputation. I'm not sure. Let's go have a look. We won't get that in one go anyway. Got something worth thinking about, I would say. And then what else? Well, we've got all our other characters, we've got all our restocks to do, so let's go have a look. Phalanx of Courage, we'll get that observational records. Accept Shaping Fate whilst we're here. And then head on down here. A few extra ones to do here as well.
The future of Bastion is in our hands. What can I do? Allow me to show you.
Why is that one not? Haven't picked up those ones. Let's go pick them up anyway.
My weapon.
This one with healing. That's anima, and this one is that's Archivist. Yeah, we'll take that. Okay, so what do we need to do? Let's do the transporter whilst we're here. Got a lot of things to pick up here whilst we go. Oh, we haven't done this stay a while and listen, and we haven't done that one. Those are things we could look at some point. But first let's carry on with our dailies. Get those done. Have a look, there's flies, not quite there yet. We've got the corpse. We're a long way off of that though, so we'll just have to see. What have we got here? Once more with healing and collect the observational records. And that one and that one. Work our way back after that. Right, okay, this should be easy enough. Residual anima. Just try and excuse our way through here. That, and did we use this on that? Yes, it looks like it is. Let's just work our way around a little bit. Why isn't this got my interface sorted out? Hold on. It's a bit odd. I'll have to sort that out in a moment. Is it any nameplates? There we go. Just gotta remember the right buttons, and we're good to go. Okay, let's grab that, and we should be there. Just help out here, just grab a few of those. Grab those, grab that. Is that one we can heal? Let's try that. Yes, it is. And then we need a bit of space over here. Let's go over this way. Get an egg from here? No, looks like there's no egg there. I like it when there's lots of things all at once. That's not got anything on it. Oh no, it is there, it's just moved to the side. Oh, I think there was one in here, yes there was. Oh, is there a treasure around the corner? Let's have a look. Oh, that is the nest, okay. Let's go around this way. A load of stuff going on here. Just want to kind of sneak my way through. Still got a couple here to do, so even though they want me to click the transporter, I'm going to carry on, do my bits here, heal up the things. Grab that. Okay, that one's complete. Where's the next? Another two of those. Okay, where can we go for those? If we can do those. Is that Rayliak? Hope I pronounced that semi-right. Thank you so much for the follow. No, I can't see any around here. You're right on the edge. Let's just work our way back. Hopefully there'll be some on the floor that we can help out. There's one over there. Let's do that. Any treasure chests over here? Well, there's some things over here, so we'll do those. Okay, that's all done. Oh, there is a treasure chest. Fantastic. That gives me any rune chits there? Relic fragments and Stygia. But no rune chits. I think sometimes there might be a treasure chest around the corner here or something. Don't know exactly. It's either up here or around. Can't see it there. Let's just check in around this side. If it is here. It might not be. Can it go up higher, I wonder? Okay, this is a little bit precarious. No, don't think it's up there. Or if it is, I can't get to it. Okay, let's go back to the transporter. I think we've done enough here already, anyway. Available times run across at least a 12-hour window on most days. That is true, actually. Scheduled time seems to be local. Your amnesty, but it probably shows a different time zone if you live elsewhere. Okay. You pick Thursday before raid, it's usually your big restock. Sounds like a good plan, Rook. Go with something that works for you. Right, let's carry on. Grab our transporter, head on back. Now, where's our map? So that's done. We need to do Devoured Anima and Flight of the Kyrian. Speak to Clip, begin the flight, and then you shield people and do other bits and pieces. Okay, we'll do that in a moment, I think. Yeah, let's go do the Devoured Animas first, because we'll be coming back here anyway. Oops, wrong button. There we go. Let's go over this way. See if we can find any rares along the way as we go. Nothing there. Corthia's hitting 350. Wow, that is definitely plummeting. Spended 50,000 in raw Shadowlands gems yesterday. Wow, that's a lot of gems, Rook. I understand you were talking about that last time, certainly. It's a shame you can't do anything else with them. Right, hopefully there's people around here doing this, because you can probably tag a few at once. Like this lot would be really handy if I could tag some with someone else. Let's just see if anyone else is around. It goes so much quicker with friends. Doesn't matter if I get a little bit of aggro here. I see someone around here at one point. No, there's no one there. Okay. Just going to have to grab some myself, I think. Let's start with these two here. Let's go with that, and that one, and that one, and that one. Let's just Boon of the Ascended on this. Yeah, that gives me a little bit there. Just a couple over there. Just help you out whilst you're here. I'll go grab this one. Looks like I'm going to have to get them myself, really. No one else is around here at the moment. Can do something with them. Don't have the time for it. More profitable shatter crystals into dust with AFK time. Yeah, I mean, there's a good option really there, isn't it? You don't really want to be using inefficient methods to make your gold whilst AFK. You want to do the best thing you can, really. The trouble with these Ravenous Gorges is they take me a long time to kill. And only give one devoured animate anyway, which is kind of tricky. Let's go find some easier ones. Like these ones, these little ones are good. Scavengers. Oh, there's a little pile there as well, we'll grab that. Pierre slowly joining in. Oh, there we go. Diviner's rune shit there. That's good. There's another one here. Let's grab this whilst we're here. I think going around Twitter saying 2021 is as far from 1980 as 1980 is from 1939. Now your brain is broken. Clearly 1980 was just a few years ago. Yeah, that's my feeling as well. 1980 wasn't that long ago, was it? Well, someone's doing the Colossal World Breaker. Let's grab that one. Then I can help them out with a few extras. Like if we can grab a few like that at the same time, that's when it goes a lot quicker. Always quicker with friends. Let's go down here, have a look. There's a couple. If in doubt, go with the paladin or a hunter. Or preferably both. That would also make things easier. A couple more, that should work. Challenging, good evening to you. It doesn't feel like it was, no. It really doesn't. Where's everyone going? We done here? There's another one over here. Oh, those can go for one as well. Actually, let's just grab that one in. Anyone else around that? Oh, I've just missed that one. Ravenous Gorgia. Can we grab that? Need to go up higher for that one. Let's bring that down there. Come on, Ravenous Gorgia. Oh, you haven't quite gotten this there. Let's go back there. Go back at the top. Have to do that the hard way. So Ravenous Gorgia there as well, so if I can grab that at the same time. There we go, got that, and there's a scavenger there, pull that one in. That should get the ones I need. There we go. Half to Elysian Hold. I'm not going to half to Elysian Hold. That's a roundabout way to get back over there. If ever there was one. I'm going to run because we can get some rares as we go. Always be looking out for rares. And we've still got another quest to do as well when we get back. I like these quests because they're so quick and there's enough variety in them, but also not, so there's also familiarity in them. And it doesn't feel too bad to do them on, say, 3 or 4 alts as well. Mainly for the Archivist Codex stuff at this point. Wild World Cracker, where's Popo? Are you still waiting? Yeah. We could do Popo, but it takes a little while, so I'll just leave it for now. We've still got another quest to finish anyway, and I've still got other things to do like restocking, especially for legendaries from that point of view. Where's the one that we need to hand in? Who did we need to speak to for this one? Speak to Claire to begin the flight. Okay, let's have a look. Send out the Kyrian. Okay, what have we got? Healing Strike, launch a healing spell on allies on the ground. Shield cell, magical shield onto Abomination. Okay. Shield on an Abomination. Heal you. Shield on that. And we need to do something else with that. What's 3? Invalid target. Oh, did we get that? No. There's one. Abomination. Anyone to heal? It's those that need a 3, I think. Colossus shocked. That takes a little while. There we go. Okay. There we go. That's done. Abomination shielded. Still need another one. Heal on you. Just the healing left now. 40 allies healed, or loads to heal. Any more for any more? One more. There's a good group of them over there, and that should be enough. Okay, done. There we go. Okay. You actually got the Popo mount earlier today. I was getting very bored killing that mob daily. Wow, that's pretty good going. I haven't been hunting any mounts. From Resin Chest, you can definitely get on board with. Yeah, definitely. Congratulations, though, Trade Brown Run 2. That's fantastic. I know Kuhn is doing a lot of collection stuff, and I know mount collectors love all that kind of stuff. Million EU today. Where is the Mad Horse now? Yeah, I haven't done that one either. I'm not the mount collector, certainly at this point. Okay, so we should. Let's go do them in order first. We're at 14%. This will help immensely. Give us a few more crystals as well. So I'll grab that. There we go, that's a couple of crystals. So not 3, but we did get 2, yeah. What's the collection up to me? 52 still? We are... Where are we at? 77, actually. That's not bad. I don't know what the recent stuff is. Filter, not collected, unusable. Filter by, well no, let's have a look. What is new? Chittering Animite, that was new. The Aquiline we've got, Flying Carpet Garn. Ice Mammoth. Excellent Necro Ray. What's new? Dreadwake. The Seahorse. Don't see anything. The Viridin Face Hunter. Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. You had like 8 when you started streaming. I know. I have picked up a few thanks to Blizzard. A few just from playing, which you can't avoid getting them. So we're doing all right. She's always hard to reach places. I can't say put clearly mad. Oh right, okay. Sounds like a fun quest to hunt down. Certainly. What you've got to do, you've got to pet them a certain number of times, haven't you? Yeah. Okay, let's try that one. And these ones were manual, so we'll grab those 2 as well. Okay, so that gives me Disadvance Rep, and this should give me some Courtier Archivist Rep.
To the archive.
Give the relics, that's another 560. That's good. 4,384 we are now. Okay, that's better. We're getting closer, slowly. Really is a mount collector on the lowdown, just doesn't want to encourage competition. Yeah. I think, well, what do you get another mount at 100, don't you? That's the first one to go for, maybe. If I can get that, that'll be good. We're already at 54% of that for extra renown. We also have probably just done the... No, 420 out of 1,000 anima for that. So it's really easy to get anima and the Jailer's Service subdued just a couple of times a week. Really is all I have to bother with that. But I am getting the Archivist Codec. That's the main thing. And these chits, if I can get some more of those. I'm up to 15 at the moment. Can't remember. Yeah, 15 of 20. So another 5 more to go. And that should help on that front. And then we can hopefully do some more quest things on that side of things. So let's just double check. Probably with Samadhan, let's do a quick auction house check and a restock check. So we've got the Grimveld Cape that's going to come in for 90. We really need to have another one of those on, especially with our new purchase of Corsite Crystals. So this is going to be a relatively big restock, I would say. Let's go over to TSM under crafting, gathering, anything in the queue. So let's go, and so cooking, enchanting and tailoring. Restock on all of those. Okay, 92,000 potential profit. Grimveld Cape, Hexweave bags, some more food. Enchanted Cauldron, that's what we not need the Infernal Brimstone for. We need to check in on that, and then a load of enchants and some Tomes of Illusions. That's going to be tricky as well. Whole load of stuff from the Guild Bank. Let's open up the task list. A few things from the auction house. Let's go just check in on this. So get from the Guild Bank. What do you need from your alts? Will be another question on that front. Eternal Water, the Infernal Brimstones. Let's go scan for these. What are the prices of Infernal Brimstones at 750 gold currently? Still pretty expensive for my cauldron, and I need 11 of them. Welcome back, Sagan Paul. How much profit is in that cauldron is the first question. My mat cost is telling me 10 gold. That's a big difference to 750 gold. So what would our cauldron be? Crafting the enchanted cauldron. You're telling me 9,000 profit according to that. With 20 infernal brimstone though, that's going to be, yeah. I believe I should be able to sell it. It's a teaches you how to summon this companion. Market value of 10,000 gold, historical of 4,000. So it is sellable, certainly. It's just the price, really. It's that infernal brimstone, 20 of them, yeah. But very, very few. Yeah, I'm thinking so, Togman. It's on the list of things I would like to craft. I'm actually crafting 2 of them, which is going to be interesting, in fact. Yeah. Legion had some pets and toys. They sell well on your server decently. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I'm thinking. I just have a little bit of everything. Better to have it on the list. It's just that infernal brimstone. I need to get the world quest unlocked, really. Like Jeannie was saying. We'll keep that for the moment. Eternal water is incredibly expensive. From crystallized water, it's going to cost 766. Iridescent amberjack is really expensive, like 17 gold. That's going to affect my food prices a fair amount. Is it going to affect my food prices too much? Shrouded cloth is cheap at 90 silver. I'll take a little bit of extra of that if you've got some going. There's not a lot. Oh, it's up here at 2 gold 44. I'm going to take... I'm thinking this lot at 1 gold 33. Mine is normally 141. I use up so much of this, so I'm going to grab all of that. That's an easy win. Now, what do we want from other people? Well, there's a load of stuff from the vendors. Boreal shards, medley of transplanted spices. We've got the hex weave to pick up as well. So whether I buy this at 17 gold. Let's check in on cooking. Iridescent amberjack. We need a fair amount of that. 129 gold profit total. And the total is 775. Iridescent amberjack, so we need 3 to make 1, and we've got 5. So if we're adding another 10 gold onto that crafting cost of 17 gold, so we're adding another, say, 3, so say 30 gold on top of that if we buy it at 17, so that will take me to 47. That's still profitable if we buy it at this inflated price, so let's go with that for now. I'd rather not, but that's the price it is, so that's the price we'll pay for now. So let's take that. The eternal water, though, this is the tricky one. Let's have a look at... Now there should be a good shopping operation for this somewhere. So if I go into enchanting, do I have an Eternals one? Eternals and crystallize is what I'm thinking. Crystallize or, there we go, crystallize or Eternals, run shopping scan. Now that's just fire and life. I want to look at the other ones. Is there another one here? Don't have it here. Don't have it here. So mysterious good stuff. Was it in this one? Let me have a look. What's in the good stuff? It's expensive, whatever the good stuff is. Righteous orbs are usually worth picking up if I need a few. We've got 7 in the bank. That could be worth doing a decent amount. Let's grab that. Oh, it's 65. Okay, thank you, Danny. Thank you for the prod as well. Eternals are the ones you buy in Old Dalaran, isn't it? Okay. I'm going to take these whilst we're here. Just whilst I happen to be doing that. Yeah. Buy orbs and trade them, yeah. I sold the last one last week. Okay. So let's go... Yeah, let's do Old Dalaran first. Pick that up and we'll get our Eternal Water from the Frozen Orbs. I always forget which one that one is. Thank you for the reminder. Right, out we go. And so this is nice and easy to remember because it's the same place as in New Dalaran with my priest order hall is just here. So we want, now which one is it?
I am honored.
Not that one.
I am listening.
Frozen Orbs, currently priced at 67 gold based on my reputation. I need 4 of these.
Good luck.
Let's grab a few of those. Hop out the window and we fly. And then this is also quite easy because you go to the trade area and look for the person with the flying carpet. Here we go. Grab that and we'll get our Eternal Waters for our orbs. Okay, those are done. Nice and easy. Whilst I'm here and tailoring, Spellfire, Tailoring Specialist, Tailoring Supplies.
Open for business.
Let's get some dye, some thread, and bits and pieces there. And we also could do with some enchanting materials, which is in here. Enchanting supplies, enchanting vellum, and we'll grab what we need here. Do I need enchanting vellum? Oh, it's light parchment I need. Light parchment. I might get that from my Brutosaur actually.
I've seen things that would scare
There we go.
you shellers.
And then what else have we got? Okay, Infernal Brimstone we're leaving for the moment. But let's just, happy Sunday to you. Hope you're doing well. We are currently just restocking on Samadhan. I want to avoid jumping between characters. I want to see who's got what where. So let's just bring up our... Let's take off the Cauldron for now. So we've not got that. So it's going to be one of these Tomes of Illusions, I imagine. Gathering wise. Guild Bank. Vendor, open the mail. Alts is Sun's Radiance. Sources, let's just order this by Alts. It's just Sun's Radiance we want here. Currently cost me 48 gold to make. Priced at the moment at 376 gold, which is really expensive. Which is why we need to go to Bridget, who's got 9 of them. Okay, that makes sense. So, whilst I'm here, I'll go to the Guild Bank. Grab the extras for now. There's going to be a whole load of stuff we need to go pick up, get from Guild Bank. All of this lot. Let's just expand that out. That's how much stuff we need to pick up. Okay. A little excessive. We also need to go to our garrison to pick up our Hexweave. So let's remember to do that as well. But we'll do Bridget first. Rune Cloth, Essence of Undeath. It's nice to have everything all in one go. Tailoring Craft, the Soul Dust will be from our Sacred Shards Shatter, I imagine. Enchanted Lightless Silk, Hexweave Cloth Crafter's Mark 3, and the Vestige. Right, let's go over to Bridget. Grab that lot. And then we can pick up the gold that she was sent. And then she needs to find her way to a bank of some kind. So I'm thinking, well, she could ideally go to Ardenweald, but there's no bank there either. So we might have to do Oribos. Or Dalaran. Dalaran would work too. Do I have a new chair? Yes, I do, Philestris. You're the first person to notice that. I got a office chair off the Facebook Marketplace. My Mrs. Samadhan sent me a link and got it for £30, which I was very happy with. It's better than the wooden chair. It's very wide and very comfortable. It's no racer chair. It's quite bulky for this room, but we have an upgrade certainly. Right, I'll use the mailbox whilst I'm here. Okay, we've got a couple of sales as well. Okay, 3,900 and another 3,900, and then we picked up all that Kuiperite as well. So let's grab that. That's plenty there. So let's head on over to Dalaran. I mean, I would like to do dailies here to get my Archivist Codex closer, because I think the 230 dual crafting rings would be really handy to go for. You have a DX Racer and you're quite happy with it. Never buying a gaming chair like that again. Your next chair is to be a proper office chair. Yeah, this is just like your standard office chair, and it does make a difference certainly. Right, we need to. What do we need to do here? Let's just get from bank Sun's Radiance. There it is. Move that bank, grab that, move those, grab that, jump outside. That's a great big mount if ever I saw one. That's bigger than the Brutosaur. And then we'll just send those. That's done. And then we'll jump out from here and jump back to Samadhan. There we go. You've heard those racer chairs are wildly uncomfortable. Yours is fairly comfortable. I think they can be, depending on your body shape, of course, as well. Yeah. Let's go to Dalaran. There we go. Okay. I heard very good things from people just trust about Secret Lab Swans. I hear good things about the Secret Lab Swans. Yeah. I would love a Alliance World of Warcraft one. That would be nice, and it would fit the room as well. I'll have to have a word with them. Use a cheap foldable chair. That's the best chair you ever used. I mean, this isn't for me. This is an upgrade from the floor, definitely. Much prefer your IKEA office chair, and it's half the cost. Yeah, I mean it can get very expensive, certainly. Right, okay, so we need to go. Now you're saying buy from the auction house the soul dust. You've changed your mind. I'm going to pick up all of this. A little bit of extra cloth. Oops, I might have bought a lot there. I have to put some of that in the guild bank, I think. Let's have a look. How come he wears a hat when playing him, but the character selection screen, the hat is not visible? Because it's a toy, unfortunately, and so it doesn't always show up. Yeah, we missed the floor. The floor was fun. Definitely, because the thing you had with the floor was Oreo would love to sit next to me, and that was the best part, really. Where can I put my shrouded cloth? Let's use this area, as I've started to use up some of this. Have I got shortfall to bags? Anything spare? We sold one. Okay, that's something. Right, some of this I'll just throw a little bit in here. I don't think we need this much at this point. I mean, the inventory that Samadhan's dealing with compared to the inventory that classic Samadhan was dealing with is so different. Right, that should... Let's do another bunch there. Okay, should be plenty there. There we go. Good old days, 10 viewers on the floor, living room and late night streams. Exactly, Danny, that's how it was. How I managed to do those late night streams and get up at 5 in the morning and work is a mystery to me, certainly. Yeah, because it's the cooking Dalaran hat as a toy. So buy from the auction house you're suggesting now. Let me just check for the auction house. What price? See, it's 10 gold. That's not a cheap price. You're thinking 8 gold because my mat cost is from my sacred shards there, but I think my sacred shards are cheaper there. So I'll use my enchanting. But first, I need to head over to my garrison to pick up my hexweave. I also need to pick up my arboreal shards and all my cooking materials as well. We were all younger then. We were, yeah. Yeah, I was sleeping on the train as well. So what did my schedule used to look like? It was I used to wait until everyone was pretty much going to bed. So I wouldn't start till 9 o'clock at night, the time I normally finish now. And then I would be down in the living room and I'd go on till midnight usually. So it was pretty excessive for someone who was also getting up at 5 in the morning and getting a train to work. But that's the things you do. I'm missing a bit of garrison resources here. Let's go pick some up. I mean, we're coming up to 4 years now of streaming. Sometime towards the end of August, I think my first stream was. I think I can share some... Where is it? Let's have a look. I can share some stuff without sharing earnings and things, because obviously that's probably something Twitch wouldn't be happy with me sharing. But I can show the early days. Now, if I can remember, insights, channel analytics. I can adjust this so it just shows me the... Let's go back, way back. August 2017. We need to go. I believe it was towards the end, like the 22nd. Let's go to the 1st, just so we can see that. And end date. Let's go August 2018, the first year of streaming. Let's go there, update that. 396 days. When was the first most rates subscription? So I take that off and take that to no follows and change that instead of time streamed. Hold on. Time streamed. Does that work? When was the first one? Tuesday the 29th. Okay, let's just change that to the 29th. Update that. Okay. Did I ever have a break from streaming? I had a few weeks off from time to time. I at some various points had to cut it down to just once a week on the Sunday when I was getting really busy with work and family stuff was really busy. But I can. This is what the first year. Now, just double checking I'm not doing anything that's not showing anything. Time streamed, host raid views, chat messages. That should be enough. We can see that. That should. This is my first year of streaming. So we're looking at time streamed. So it took me a while to get a bit of a regular schedule. I was all over the place in some points. There's a big gap there where I didn't stream. But we started here Tuesday 29th of August. 1 hour 59 stream. Now my YouTube videos don't go back that far. I think they started about in September. If you look at my very early streams on September, I didn't start putting them across till then. So these are kind of experimental ones. I never saw that, but you can see it's fairly consistent. And then I've settled on a roughly 3-hour schedule from this point. But here, this is the interesting one. Average viewers, first year of streaming. We are right down here. None at all. And then I think we're here. I think Gumdrops started raiding, or he raided me first back in October. There's a massive one over here, which is like absolutely 177% average viewers. Pretty decent there. We're coming up to like over 100 average after a first year, which I would say is pretty decent, yeah. How funny your name was Gumdrops. I think it probably was Gumdrops. I remember Gumdrops, Rasheen, Billis, Shin was the very first person I think who chatted in my stream. Yeah. Oh, you are Danny. You are one of the original ones, certainly. You've been here the longest, I would say. Mushy, of course, was around early on. Not sure at what point she came in, because she had a different username first before then. But yeah, it's interesting seeing how it went. Follows. Big spike there, I think. That would be Gumdrops, most likely. And then a few spikes further on. Chat messages. Again, for some reason 101 messages right at the beginning. I'm not sure whether that's correct. But yeah, it's interesting to look back on this data and stuff like that. Certainly after 4 years you get a decent amount of data. Certainly. Oh, less messages that belong to me. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. That gives you a bit of an insight, certainly. Right, let's go from here, back inside. Now I can do those missions, mainly the ones for the enchanting table. Let's do that one. Let's grab that one, that's fine. Run outside, if I can find my way there. You found from the leatherworking video I shared in the WoW Economy post that February. Oh, really, Commander Bond? Wow. Yeah, I think that's what did it, really. The starting of the enchanting video in Legion. That's the bit that started giving me exposure and visibility, certainly. Probably came here with Gumdrops and never left. And it's very much, every single one of you, those that are here, those that are no longer here, is very, very much appreciated. That's one of the things, you know, when you're starting off, just talking. Oh, it needs more sumptuous fur. Just talking to yourself. That is, you know, the beginnings of a journey, and any one person who pops in at that point is very, very much appreciated. Let's grab a bit of sumptuous fur there. I need a bit more sumptuous fur. Don't know if I've got any elsewhere. No, it doesn't look like I have. Maybe it's in the bank. No, it's Hellfire's got it. I need to go and grab that at some point. Let's just do the ones we have. So how much have I got? 12 in the guild vault. Bankadan's got it all. 12,000. Samadhan has got all of it here. Yeah, let's just do... Oops, wrong one. No. What did I just pick up? I didn't pick up anything. There we go. Great, all. Oh, we've got enough for the moment. That's good. Okay. Yeah, same, exactly. He quit WoW, he did indeed. So, sad times. It's the second time Jack has dipped out of WoW. I can understand his reasonings, though. Certainly, each to everyone for their reasons. Respect is due, certainly. Let's do those. Now, have I got any work orders to hand in? Quickly scan, can't see any. Okay. So, enchanting crafts X-weave cloth, we need the Gorgon fly trap for that. We could probably pick some up whilst we're here. Let's just go and grab some. Could take some Dark Moon Firewater for this, but it's really not worth it, just for the small amount. Gives me enough for at least the X-weave cloth cooldown as well. Right, okay, last couple, we'll grab those. Slight detour here, but we might as well whilst we're here. We could go hand the seeds in as well for a little bit extra herbs as well, so let's do that, and craft the Hexweave cloth with the cooldown. Do that, don't need that. Right, okay, so we'll do this, and we'll do that, create that. That's done. Okay. And I can learn transforms, but they don't have arms or legs, so the appearance doesn't work. Oh, that's a shame. That was really a waste of time, isn't it? Okay, so next up, Soul Dust 29. Let's go back to home base in Bastion, collect up our cooking bits and pieces, and then collect up our, arboreal shards. We need to be able to craft this. Yeah. Only allied race, yeah, we don't have a silly dungeon requirement. Oh, yes. I don't know if I've unlocked... I need to just do the quests, I think, to unlock them. I'm not sure. I'm just going to have a look. Right. So, cooking over here. So much easier now we can fly. So much better. So we'll grab... that from you.
Much I can offer.
We'll buy all of that. Tailoring crafts we also need. And then I need to go and get some... I'll probably need some sacred shards if I'm going to end up using this up, I think. So I'll go here, grab the arboreal shards first. Was it only into gold making from the beginning of your WoW experience, or did you start with the normal questing raiding and suddenly stop being interested in that section of the game? I've always had an interest in the economy side of both EverQuest. I used to love selling stuff on there, and then to a small extent... why am I in the mall? I didn't mean to go to the mall. That was weird. Did I click on the wrong thing? But I didn't really get into gold making in WoW. I just played it casually for years and years and years, simply because I had a young family and I jumped in from time to time. Oh, I used the wrong one. There we go. Yeah, that's better. It wasn't until when I came back properly in Legion and I just unlocked flying. And then I thought, oh, what else could I do in the game? And then I found out that you could buy game time with gold. And then that was the motivation I needed to seriously make some gold. And that's where it all kicked off, really. And when the channel kicked off, really, in that August.
Please take your time.
Right, arboreal shards. I'll take those. Thank you very much. So we'll get our soul. How much do we need? Soul dust 29. Let's use the standard one from here. Where's the shatter? Sacred shard. Let's go and do Well, what do you need? 29, so that needs 10. 9, 10. Create that. And that should create my soul dust that we need. That should work. You don't choose the more chooses you. Sam's the reason we all sell shirts in our auctions. Yeah, I started with my tailoring collection. I started with enchanting and then moved quickly into tailoring as well. How much gold for a month of game time? Currently the token price is 270,000 gold here on the EU. On the NA it's just under 200,000. Right, we've got all the bits we need. Let's go start making some of this up. Tailoring crafts for the Novice Crafter Smarts, Crafter Smart 2. Let's start with those. A couple of those. And our Crafter's Mark 3, and that should work. Lazy's raiding, is he? Okay, fantastic. And let's do Enchanted Lightless Silk. Just want to get this lot crafted if I can. Shouldn't take me too long according to this. A couple of minutes, so we'll do that. Got a Vestige of Origins. Let's just craft all of this lot up and get it on the auction house. We could do TSN actually, because we featured TSN in the blog. What's better, leatherworking or tailoring? I am biased because I like tailoring, and with all the shirts and the bags you can make, is a nice bit of cosmetic variety. But most players are the recipient of the products of leatherworking and the leather and the mail items. So there's a whole load of stuff that is usable by players, certainly from a transmog point of view, from the leatherworking side. I really need to fill out my leatherworking groups. So I would say with my current groups, the way I've got them set up, I'm making way more money out of tailoring. But I think there's a lot you could do with old world leatherworking, and you appeal to a larger market, I think. Although everyone likes shirts and bags, so it doesn't matter what class you are for those. And capes are always good as well. Tend to be higher profit margins. So we need some. Do we need some more soul dust? Okay, let's just grab gathering. Let's go. No, we are on enchanting. Let's go here. Sacred Shard, another 18. That's 6. I'll create that. And then 1 Enchanted Lightless Silk, is it? Let's do that. Create that there. And then we can go back into this. So that's all of that done. Got everything for everything. Let's start crafting. Tome of Illusions, Azeroth, Secrets of the Shadowpan, Northrend. Some good profits on those always. Sinful Revelation, a nice bread and butter, good stock on that one. Fortified Speed, Soul Treads, Tenet of Haste, they're all good, sort of standard ones. The Eternals are always good at this point, with the prices. Not a huge profit margin, but they sell. I could probably do with upping the number of all of those on enchanting. I think I could sell a lot more of them. 3 Walls of Rain of Tailoring recipes to go. That's not bad at all. Have you got all the previous ones, like the Kata and Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King stuff? Because there's a lot of stuff there I've taken my time to collect, certainly. Burning Crusade is the ones I'm missing most of, I think, at this point. Okay, so that's done. Swap over to cooking. Cooking should be super quick. We need... Oh, Pierre's gone. Let's get Pierre. Iridescent ravioli. Steak a la mode. And the spine fin souffle. Do I follow Premier League, and what team do I cheer for if yes? That's a good question. I do not follow sports ball. There are a few here that do. but I know nothing about it, and don't follow a team. I did go and watch a Brighton match once with my son, just for the experience, but other than that, no, I've not. I don't follow football at all. Not even close. I'm still skilling up. I have recipes in the bank. I can't learn skill too low. Oh, okay. There'll be time for it yet then, certainly. There's the last things on. Good old netherweave bags right there at the bottom. Can't forget your netherweave bags. Someone will want them. Some character at the beginning will be very appreciative for the beginning netherweave bags. Thankfully, they're quick to craft now, so we'll stick with those. Right, okay, let's get this lot on. Loads of stuff we just made. Potential for profits, potential for another rank 6 sale as well, which would be really nice. You sold 6 of them yesterday, yeah, they're a great seller. I think I should at least have 16 of them on at any one time. There we go. So our Grimveld Cape rank 6 is currently going for 90,000 gold. That is a currently 30,000 gold profit, which for me, on my server, I'm happy with. If I can sell them for 30,000 profit, I'll take it. You just have to make sure you can get the sale, really. If you're lucky, you're lucky. If someone else undercuts you, then that's just the way it is. Right, I'm going to grab, I've probably got it in the mailbox by now, the 90,000 from there, so we can finish on a high note. There we go, 86,000 after the auction house cut. We'll take that. And that takes us to 2.135 million. So that is a very happy place to finish up on. A little peek up there. Let's have a look over the whole time. So we've had a nice steady rise since 9.1 has come out, and we've had some good legendary sales. I'd definitely like to match this curve and carry on with some sales over the next few months. That's my plan, certainly. We've still got some work to do on Crafters Mark 4 is the next goal, certainly. Love watching football, love watching my play Football Manager, but don't actually support a team. Oh, really, Will? That's interesting. Right, let's see. Oh, there we go. Just sold Enchant Boots, Internal Agility. Where's my list? We will send some love over TSN's way, seeing as TSN was on the vlog this week. Let's go and start that up. And right, okay. Thank you everyone for a lovely stream tonight. We'll probably carry on some more World of Warcraft. Got lots and lots of stuff to do over the week. We'll see how things go. Beyond then, obviously still trying to keep lots of videos, both Minecraft and World of Warcraft, going on YouTube as well, so please do keep an eye out for those. We are going to send some love over TSN's way. Until next time, happy gold making, and I will see you very soon. Have a lovely rest of your weekend.